So we have glue, we have foam to spread the glue, pincers, and rolling stick, and the new rubbers. So I did this before. It was not successful, at least the first couple of times. The blade is Chinese. It's named Stuer or something. Even if it's Chinese, it's not bad. They are offensive, at least on paper. And these ones I'm not happy about. These ones are hurricane or something. Tornado? Yeah, I guess hurricane. I did glue them myself. The ball was not very springy. I wanted something else. So in the end, I bought some Donic. I don't know the name of them, but they served me well. So before the new tournament season starts, I wanted to go for some more expensive rubbers. I never had tenergy, and I know they are very good. It's like the universally acclaimed rubbers. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a try. I hope I will not mess this up because these are expensive blades, rubbers, so it wouldn't be great to fail on the gluing process. So I think I glued them with another one, I don't know what to call it. This time I'm gonna use Jula. I used it before. It's more liquid than the other one, so it's not so punishing when you don't glue it well. So this is not so bad. I think I can easily clean the blade. And then prepare the new ones. So yeah, a bit nervous, but I should be fine because I saw some other people gluing stuff without paying too much attention, and the end result was just fine. So it's not a skill that only 1% of the population can have. It's quite easy, and some people are doing it every day. Of course, I'm not a pro tennis player, so it's out of the case. Yeah, so the blades are quite cheap compared to the popular ones, the Western ones, or Japanese ones. I think it's like 35 euros, and the one I've been using the whole tournament, I was quite happy with it. Again, if something was wrong, was probably because of my glue up. It's fine. Okay, this one is actually much cleaner. So yeah, if anyone wants to try them, yeah, go for it. I don't know what we'll do with these ones, but just in case. So as you can see, this is the blade. They say it's like 5 or 7 carbon fiber, whatever. I don't care about that. They are supposed to be offensive, so that's for sure. The ones I bought are normal handle. They also come with the short version for those that are very much into control and lots of spin. It's not comfortable. I tried them once and I didn't find it very comfortable, so yeah, I went for the, yeah, this is more, it's not straight, they are a bit thicker in the end, but yeah, it's not a big difference, I guess. So yeah, all good for now. The blade is quite clean. Okay. I'm gonna just make sure that there's no residual glue on it. I want to do it as much as possible, as best as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this section. Okay, maybe a bit more. This. It's just the wood again. What? What was it? Okay, so this should go away. I do have some tools. This is supposed to be the press. Once the glue up is done, and this is supposed to be the weight. It's like 6 kilos of milk. And I think I should bring some paper towel because the glue up is gonna be a bit messy. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. So I think this is done. I'll be back with some paper towels in a minute. Okay, back. So so I have to do the blade and one side and then the other. Right. Let's see. Okay, this is nice. Whatever. Okay, so this is the bottom side. It's fine. I'm gonna keep this paper. Helps keeping the table clean. And start the glue up. So let's see how this. I was using different sponge before. This is my first time with the big one, squarish one. I hope the glue is still okay. It's fine. Perfect. Just gonna clean this up. Had some issues with the other one because it dried up very fast. Like 1 week after opening the bottle, it was already dry. So quite unexpected. Okay. I'm gonna put some more. Okay. So I think this is good for now. I'm gonna switch to the blade. Should go faster. That's fine. So now we just have to wait. This is gonna take a while, depends on humidity, air humidity, glue, temperature. I will do. I will go for two. See, okay, so I fucked it up right. So yeah, this is bad. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm going to do it twice, both for the blades, and the wrappers. I think I got better results by that when I did it last time. So yeah, let's see. So trying to fix it and then I break it. That's what happens. that's what happens if you try to fix it. You break it, you have to be confident. So one layer and you don't touch it unless it's already dry and you want to go for a second layer. And that's it. I'm not very happy, but I will keep it as it is for now. Okay, someone is saying hi. Okay. That's my wife. I forced her to watch my stream, so. Yeah. I'm gonna clean this. So yeah, it's stressful, especially because these are expensive, and because I know I failed a couple of times on the first glue ups that I did. I'm prone to considering failure, even if it's too soon. Let's see. Some people apply or come with the hair dryer and accelerate the process. I don't want to do that. I mean, it's not like I have something better to do at the moment. Just will wait and hopefully don't keep you overly bored. Okay. So you can see it's already drying on the blade. The process is a bit faster on the blade, I don't know why, maybe because of the material. Not sure if it's easy to see. So once it gets transparent, I will start testing it, and if it gets tacky and I see my fingerprint on the glue, it means this layer is fine, so I can go on with the second one. Same goes for the rubber. Of course, it will be transparent at some point. Right now, obviously, it's not, so we'll have to wait some more until the glue dries up. Okay, so yeah, not very interesting. I saw some colleagues of mine doing the same, and he was basically doing it on his knees, figure of speech. So he didn't pay too much attention, it was just more or less applying the glue, more or less letting it dry. putting it together, and 5 minutes later the guy was already playing. So I think there's a lot of myth and overkill, because some people are very, very exquisite and give lots of recommendation of what to do, what not to do, what exactly is the moment to do, to put them together, and so on. And even if you think about keeping them pressed, some people just don't do it. You know, and 5 minutes later he was playing, so that means the glue was already doing its thing. You don't have to rest it for 24 hours or maybe more, as some people do. I will be doing it anyway, because I just don't have enough confidence in my process, but I guess it's pretty much useless. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. And we have a new viewer. Who's that? Hey there. So about the blade, as I was saying, pretty happy with it. It was cheap, so no complaints there. It does its job. It's supposed to be an attack blade. I don't know honestly how to feel the difference. I do have a defensive blade that I was using for most of my life. My style is pretty much defensive, but I'm not good enough to actually feel the blade, to know how a defensive and offensive blade affects the game or control of the ball and so on. But since I want to be a more complete player, so defense, attack, control, and everything else, I just went for this one. And the rubbers are obviously offensive, and control, is it? Anyway, I did test it. Some colleagues of mine have these rubbers, and I was impressed because it feels like you can apply tremendous amount of spin. And yeah, the downside would be that you have to know how to react to a lot of spin from the opponent, so that will probably be something I have to get used to, because right now the Donic rubbers I use, they work fine, they apply a lot of spin, but not as much, so probably I have a bit of a shock when starting to practice with this one. Yeah, and the rubbers, I never had these ones. I know that they are famous, pretty much top of the game. Anyone is recommending using them and so on. But they're also expensive, so to say. So I didn't want to test a glue up by myself with expensive ones from the beginning. The funny thing is that the Donic ones were like 30 euros, and then the cheap Hurricane ones were like 15. So in the end, I didn't go too far. I didn't save a lot of money actually at all. So I could have gone directly to tenergy rubbers. But anyway, lesson learned. 1 year later, we are going for this one. So as you may see, it's already starting to dry on the sides. You can still see the glue in the middle. You can obviously see the vertical stripes, but the full rubber was covered, and now you cannot, on the side you cannot see anymore the glue, so the process is slow, but yeah, obviously physics, it works. And the blade seems to be almost dry. There is a spot here. I think I put too much glue. I will leave it a bit more. Once that disappears, I will do the fingerprint test. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm waiting for the rubbers. So, what else? I guess I don't have many viewers. Myself. It's a really sad story when you're streaming and have no viewers. But anyway, how did I start the streaming? It was exactly because of a ping pong match that I wanted to put online. We had a club competition a few weeks ago, and I said, okay, I have YouTube, I saw the option of going live, so I tested that, and then it said, oops, you cannot do that unless you have 50 subscribers. And yeah, so that began to be my quest. I started uploading short videos. Nothing interesting, but people seem to like them. Mainly cat material. We have goofy cats, nice looking cats, and people like that. And yeah, I have now more than 50 subscribers. So last week we had a tournament and we streamed a few matches, mine mostly, but some other ones. Okay, I think it's going soon. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I figured out how to do it in landscape. It was a fail on my side because all the matches that I streamed, apart from the last one, are all in portrait, so you cannot really see much. I tried to center the table so that you can see the ball, the table, and so on, but if you had long balls, obviously you would lose most of the action. And yeah, I don't know, I guess I'll continue with that. We might stream future tournaments. I also did a bit of guitar practice. I'll do that further because that's a hobby of mine that I will try to keep at it. It's not easy. I'm not the most dexterous left-handed player, but I just follow the app and feel happy about it because it sounds like it's supposed to sound more or less. And okay, so let's see if this one. I think this is fine. So anyway, I will apply a second coating on the blade. I'm thinking that I maybe should start gluing the other rubber because it takes time, so I save some time on that. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, Olivia is this. I think it's a lot of glue, but I'm afraid that I will break it if I insist on it, as I did the last time. So, yeah, I'm scared. Okay, I will leave the rubber one coating. I think that's enough. So 2 coatings on the blade, 1 on the rubber. I think it's fine. Some people do just 1 coating on each. So let's not exaggerate. Okay. So let's see how I do this. Okay, I will move this one aside. Okay. And this one. I guess people will explain me in the comments how I should have done this better. I'm convinced that we will be right, but everybody has to learn, so this is my learning process. Okay, this is the bottom side. It's fine. Okay, so it was like 5 lines maybe? Okay, 6, just to be sure. It's always easier to do the coating on the rubber. It's just spongy, sucks it up easily. The only concern is to apply too much and then keeping it consistent. The sides are not really important because those will be cut. Just in case. Okay, so as you can see, not sure. Yeah. So this side is pretty much done. There you can barely see some glue in the middle, but while this side is waiting to dry, that will surely be ready in time. Well, this one is obviously freshly glued. So, yeah, just patience. So yeah, as I was saying, this is the blade brand. It's a Chinese one. It's called Store. I don't know if you see it mirrored or not. I think it's mirrored, right? My bad. It's Stuor, S-T-U-O-R. And I bought a couple of them, and I was purposefully to have 2 blades ready for different glue ups. So it was a good investment. And they give you that protection, they give you the protection on the side, the stringy thing. So they're quite serious about it. It's not the usual Chinese product experience. They are trying to make a name for themselves. And yeah, I recommend it. Give it a try if you want to test new blades and just have money to spend and you don't know what to spend it on. And there's there's not much to do about it. So yeah. What else? So yeah, the guitar practice. I started playing more seriously maybe a year and a half ago. I started from scratch. I have no musical theory experience. I didn't do any classes, no music school, nothing. So I bought it on second hand, just on a whim. I said, okay, I want to try to play guitar. I went for the electric just because it sounds cool. I know that, well, now I know better, but at the moment, at the time, I knew that you have to use an amplifier and it sounds interesting and you can apply different effects. Later, I found out that it's more comfortable on the hand because the travel distance is smaller compared to classical guitar, so you don't have to work so hard when touching notes or chords. And yeah, I was happy about it. And whenever I practice, I don't set goals, not so much. I just go for it. And if you do it every day, half an hour to an hour, I don't know, in the evening when you have some time for yourself, you can feel the progress. I know that there's like blockage. After a while you progress, you have a plateau, and you feel like you don't progress anymore, and you feel like giving up because that's not your thing. It should be much better by now. But that's not something that concerns me because I don't have a goal. I just want to make sounds with the guitar, and as long as they feel more or less right, I'm happy with it. So I'm using Musician. I guess maybe people know about it. It's a paid app, not very expensive, but I found it useful because it gradually introduces you to all the concepts. So you start with rhythm, just a note, a couple of notes, and then you go into melody, and then you go into chords, which was quite difficult in the beginning. I just couldn't place my fingers in the right place. I had to look and where the fingers go. I had to, well, it was a struggle, let's say. So I gave up on chords, and then I continued with the other chapters about melody and stuff. And then at some point I went back to chords, and it worked. And then that was very fulfilling because I could actually play entire songs, like modern songs, just by using a few chords, the open chords, those that you don't have to use that toy that clamps on the fretboard. And I practiced a lot, and I was up to some decent level, let's say. And then I stopped. I think I stopped for maybe half a year, and now I'm going back to practicing. I'm a bit rusty. I can feel that. Hopefully, I will catch up easily. It's not something you forget. Basically, it's like riding the bike. Once you hop on it, you remember instantly that that's the way you ride the bike. But it does matter that you practice every day. It's not something that I know. It's something I learned and I agree with. It's you go internalize, mechanize movements, and it just gets easier without realizing it, you know. And oh my god, there's so much glue. I have to live with it. And yeah, I will continue practicing. Maybe I will do some streaming again this evening. Maybe not, because it's very late and I'm tired. But maybe the next days. And yeah, feel free to leave feedback on what I'm talking about. If you're curious about other details. Waiting for the glue to dry, waiting for the grass to grow. So yeah. Oh my god. Wow. So yeah, this is my level of experience with gluing. As you may see on the bottom side, I always apply more glue than I should, and that obviously takes more time to dry up. But if I look at it from an angle, it's not so bad. It's actually quite decent. You can see it's a very fine piece, I guess cat hair. That's stuck on it. Well, this will be my backhand, so maybe on the forehand side I will be more fortunate about hairs and add other imperfections. Okay. I think it's fine. I mean, I'm not a pro player. If something is not 100% perfect, I'll just have to live with it. I remember seeing a video with Timo Boll, was it? He was doing like, I don't know how many blades at the same time, very methodic, actually weighing them, so on a gram and gram divisions, that's something. So even if the blades were new and good brand and official, he was still measuring them up. That's extreme for me, but yeah, I guess that what makes a difference between pro player and amateur. I'm definitely amateur. Well, let's see who's watching me. Is it my wife? Is it someone else? What? Anyway, so this is drying up. Looks nice. I'll try to clean it up a bit afterwards. I will definitely have to clean it up for the other side's glue up. I hope this is going to be entertaining, if not useful. It is a bit stressful because I don't want to mess this up. The blades are expensive. If the glue up is bad, then I will just have to live with it because I will not buy another set. And but I guess patience is the key. Because the previous times I was a bit anxious. I just wanted to put them, stick them together and press them and everything and test them, and it didn't go well. So this time I'm pretty patient, even if it takes a lot of time. But hopefully this would be also rewarding, since that's right. Since it's already 50 minutes. That's something. So yeah, this is a funny one. I guess time measurement is one of the most consistent unit globally. If you think about distance or weight, we have all these imperial confusing units. I mean, yeah, I understand why it's historical and people are just used to them, or they just don't want to make a switch because, yeah, they've been doing it all their lives. And the funny side is also that if you look for the definition of the imperial units, you will see that they translate directly to how do you call them, ISO units. So 1 foot is 3 dot something something meters, or 0.3 something something meters. So it's obviously just a link to the ISO. They are still using ISO. But yeah, I can see the advantages also, because if you have a 12th division unit, you can easily find the half and the third and the fourths. While with metric system, if you go beyond halves, you already start to have some rounding issues. So yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe. But for outsiders like me, it's very confusing because you hear like 3/8 of an inch, and I have to think, oh, 3/8 is like 4/8, that's half, and an inch is like 2.5 centimeters. 0.54, so it's probably 1.2 centimeters. I don't know. So the mental computations are hard. It's not like I'm doing them every day, but sometimes I do read news about, I don't know, whatever scientific or non-scientific stuff, and I see measurements, like maybe woodworking. I watch woodworking videos, it's something like I do, and they talk about these units and have to think, okay, that's they mean about, okay, that's much, that's not so much, that's a lot, and yeah, it's an interesting cultural difference. Okay, so this is looking good. I will leave it a bit more. You can still see some glue on the right. You can see that. So there's still some wet glue on the bottom side. Maybe 5-10 more minutes and then I will apply the rubber. May God help us all. Okay, I'll just go out for a couple of minutes. Be right back. Okay, so I brought back some new tools. This is, I guess, an X-Acto knife or whatever it's called. It will serve on cutting the rubbers to size. And I also brought this. It's like kitchen plastic wrappers, just to protect the rubbers, because I'm gonna flip it and then work on the other side, and I don't want it to be exposed to the glue and everything else that's on the table. Actually, I should clean this one out right now. Okay. Seems fine. Okay, so I would say this is done. So next step, bring in the rubber. Put this one to side. The rolling stick. Okay. And apply it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So just have to do this. And then go with the stick slowly. Okay, so a bit of pressure, not too much. Okay. Okay. See some raised points. Hopefully that's nothing. Oh my god. I can tell you by now, so this is going bad. I'll just unglue them and do it again. But I hope it's gonna be fine. So yeah. Right. So this should protect the blade, the rubbers, right? While you go for the other side. Okay, so now if I recall this correctly, I also have to start cutting it, because later will be complicated. So let's do it like that. So much pressure. So just pinching it initially on the contour of the blade. No strange angles. Don't cut in. Don't cut too far. Cut just right. Okay, I am lefty, so I have to do it this way. I guess you guys see it is mirrored anyway, so that's fine. Okay. Um, okay, so one layer is already cut. Just have to start cutting deeper. Okay. So following the same. Is it? No. This is hard for me. Okay. Okay, I'm applying more pressure. Okay, there you go. There you go. So, applying more pressure. Okay, let's see. Okay, this needs a bit more. Okay. 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 This is complicated for me. I don't trust my right hand for fine stuff. Okay. You can see most of it is done. Okay. Looks like shit. Maybe I should change the knife. Okay. Till done. Okay. Last piece. Okay. So this, there's no going back. The rubber has been sliced. I mean, doesn't look bad. Doesn't feel bad. I'll just clean this up. Okay, so next stage. Need to clear up, play again. This is residue from the other side because I was too generous with the glue, and that's what happens. Okay. This is fine. Okay. Okay, there's something here. Okay, I think it's clear enough. So now, next step, another painstakingly waiting process. I'm just gonna do a reverse on this one, so... Oh shit. That's fine. So since the sponge was used a lot on the other side, just reversing it, flipping it, and now having it. Okay, now so again, this is Juna. I'm gonna go with 5 lines. Okay, maybe 6 of glue. Smoosh it all over. See, this is I forgot. They do show it on YouTube at least. They do it circularly, so you spread it out evenly, and then there you go, much better. Okay, I think it's fine. So this is something I forgot because I saw it in other videos. So they spread it in a circular manner, and then they do the stripes, the vertical stripes, and that makes it be like the spread is more even, and yeah, I guess there will not be so much at the bottom as I usually do. That's fine, I don't care about that much. Oh, too much light, maybe. Anyway. So let's clean up the table. I will do the same, apply 2 coats. The third one is already drying up on the rubber, and tomorrow I'll let you know how it goes. I hope everything will be fine. So yeah, any comments, positive or otherwise, hopefully positive, you can leave on the video. I will publish this after the live streaming. This is my first online glue up. And it's supposed to keep me a while. I know that people recommend changing rubbers at least once a year, so just before the new season starts. That way you can take advantage as much as possible from the fresh rubbers. Maybe I'll do that, maybe not. I mean, if you do the math on full year, so I paid for this one like 120 euros. That's like 10 euros a month. It's not much. Again, it depends on anyone's budget to. But for me, I would try to, well, if the glue up and everything goes fine, to play with it more than a year, maybe 2 years, hopefully 2 years. I have these plastic protections. They're also Chinese. I think I bought them from AliExpress. That's where I bought the blades. They're not bad. I think they do protect rubbers a bit, because during the last year, once I was done playing, I put the protection on, got home, cleaned up the rubbers, put the protection on again. So I guess that will keep it from aging too fast. I know that people are extreme about these things, but I don't. If I forget and I'll do it the next day, that's fine also. But the previous rubbers I had them for many years, and I didn't even realize, but it does matter, because I couldn't trust the spin that I was playing on the ball when, for example, someone was serving a backhand spin. I don't know how to call it, backhand spin, no. Just was cutting the ball, and if you flip it, it goes above the net, but I just couldn't trust anymore because it was so worn out that I had to push it. I always had to push it to be sure that it goes on the other side. And then I tried someone else's blade, well, someone else's racket, and I knew the movement and I applied it, and I saw that the ball just goes after. It's like if you spin it, if you give it a top spin, it just, well, if you apply it strong enough, it goes over the net. So yeah, I realized at that moment that I have to change my rubbers. So yeah, that's been my ping pong experience for the last years. I played in the regional league, like the lowest tier, in Barcelona, and now in Tarragona. It's competitive. It's not bad. I think that we'll move up to the second tier next year, because we were first ones on the waiting list. So as soon as someone gives up their position, someone on top of us, that would automatically push us in the second tier after regional competition. So yeah, obviously that means more serious competition, have to put more effort into it. Until now it's been quite easy. I mean, mostly I was winning. I did lose some matches, but yeah, it's been fun. That's what I mainly want when I play ping pong. Some people are very competitive, of course. They are very pissed if they lose. I'm not that kind. If I lose, it means that the other guys were better, and that's it. I think this is already drying up pretty fast. So doing the circular motion is actually very useful, because you don't have to. I think it's helping with not applying too much. Yeah, okay. So let's go for the second coating. I will do the same. Okay. Some nice circle around, maybe. This one, I don't think I should circle around because I can feel the surface from below and I don't want to disturb it. Okay. Just try to be patient, that's it. Doesn't look bad. Okay, in the meantime, this one is ready. So, let's see it. Okay. So, bit of cleanup on it. Okay. So now we are waiting again. I hope this isn't too boring. I'm not used to streaming and talking. I generally don't talk a lot, so it's not an effort what I'm doing now, but I would just stay quiet usually. And now I'm putting a bit of effort into it so that it's not too boring, too quiet. Yeah, you let me know if I'm doing too much or too little. I hope this is not going to be just another forgotten YouTube video, but you probably will. Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just waiting. Patience is a virtue. Yeah, so about the glue, this one is the one I used today. It's very runny, it's very liquid. And this one I used last year. I think it works. I think they're very similar. In the end, they are water-based glues. One is made in Germany, how I see. The other one is made in Malaysia. That's fine. I don't know. I don't understand much. Yeah, I guess they don't put the recipe in it. But I had issues with this one because it dried up on the nozzle after a week or so. When I tried to apply the new rubbers, it would just not flow. And then I don't remember if that's the reason why I bought this one, but using it, I think it's much more forgiving because this one is thicker. That means that it tends to dry faster. So if you want to do a fix up, if you have everything in place and then you have the feeling that you have too much glue on one side and you want to just clean it or move it, don't do that, because once you try you will see that it starts to break, you know, that layer of glue will break and you'll have this smudge of glue particles. So that's a disaster. While this one, as I was saying, it's much more easier. It's more liquid, so you can play around, you can do your fix-ups, and it's still liquid enough so that it doesn't break the glue layer. I would recommend this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe professionals or whatever, they know better and it has better properties. I have no idea. Yeah, and then the other story that it's a bit funny. I don't know if I still have them. No. So I threw them away. So what I did, I said, okay, so if on AliExpress you can find good blades, maybe you can find good rubbers too. And then you have those, let's see, I forgot the name. Let's see. Nitaku? No, it's not Nitaku. Well, it's a very popular Japanese rubber, and I forgot the name. But it's not John. Come on. It's not butterfly. Right, okay, I'm just gonna look for the list and tell you. Yasaka. Okay. So I bought from AliExpress a couple of Yasaka. I forgot the ones, really good ones that a friend of mine has, and I tested them and I liked them. And I said, oh, okay, so this was a cheap price. I don't know exactly how. I think it was 15 euros on AliExpress. So I said, yeah, let's go for it. I mean, in the end, they're probably all produced in China. Foolish me. The Japanese ones, I suppose, they're produced in Japan. And yeah, when I got them, I realized they're counterfeits, like really bad counterfeits. And it didn't feel very tacky, but I said, okay, I'll just glue them on and see how it goes. And I did that, and oh boy, they were so bad that I was dropping the ball from this height, like from 15, 20 centimeters, and would like barely bounce up. Barely bounce, you know. So yeah, it was a fun experience, a bad experience. My advice, if you want good rubbers, don't buy them on AliExpress. maybe the Hurricane one, the Chinese ones, are actually the good ones, but don't buy the Western or Japanese ones. You will not find good quality rubbers. So yeah, and then this one, oh my god, this is my very first serious blade. You can see that it's been through things. It's a butterfly Hoseyuk. So this is supposed to be defensive. It's very comfortable. It's very, you know, can easily move it, like slicing, serving. Maybe I will use it again someday. I did the switch to these Stuart Chinese ones because this is supposed to be defensive, but these ones are offensive, so I wanted to go more offensive, like a complete player. I'm not really sure if it makes a difference, at least for me. So I'm keeping it around. Maybe someday I'll put some rubbers on it and test it again. I did have one complaint. So okay, the handle is not very short, but it's quite short. No, not so much. But the shape of it, and because it's so worn out, I sometimes felt like it's gonna slip out of my hand. Maybe it's its age, because you see it's like it's really shiny. You see, yeah. So that was another reason why I said, okay, maybe it's time to buy another one. Maybe I should just clean it up. I don't know. But I was playing, and I was feeling like, oh, this is gonna fly off my hand, you know. And yeah, that's the other reason why I stopped playing with this one. It's a very nice blade. I liked it. I played with it for more than 10 years. I don't know, maybe 15 years. Yeah. But yeah, I put it aside for now. Maybe I'll get back to it. Okay, so this is looking promising. We can still see on the bottom side the glue is still wet. So I'm gonna wait more. We're close. This one is done. This is the forehead one. I don't see any hairs or other particulate on the glue layer, so I'm happy with that. And then once I'm done, I will apply the pressure machine, let's say. So I have this slab of flooring. I know that these ones are supposed to be very flat because they're machined and they don't have lots of imperfections. I don't have anything flatter than that, I think. I know people use press machines, and you just tie it has some screws that you tie slowly on the sides, and then you just press it keeps it pressed in a uniform manner. And yeah, that's fine. Maybe someday I will buy one, but I didn't see the need for that. Yeah, so I will use that. I think the last time I glued these blades. I used a kitchen cutting surface. I don't know what it's called. Was good enough. So yeah, there is a lot of flexibility in this, as long as you're not a professional, and maybe even worse, when you're a professional, just put some glue and stick them up and start playing. So yeah. Oh my god. So it's been 1 hour and a half. This is a long process. Okay, I'm just gonna give it 10 more minutes. Okay. I don't have any other stories, sorry. This was also from AliExpress, but I think it's good enough. It's just a plastic cylinder, so no extra quality required. And yeah, actually it looks nice. It says DHS. I highly doubt it. I don't think it's DHS, but it's it feels nice. It's a nice plastic rod. Okay. I'm still waiting for this side to dry up. Here I don't care much because I don't really hit the ball on this side. But maybe here, if it's not properly glued, then it will start to peel off, and I definitely don't want that to happen. Yeah, I always apply too much glue on the bottom side. I don't know why. I guess I have a bad technique. So I just see that you had trash can on the main as the main feature on the streaming. My bad. I think it's done. Okay, so the fingerprint test. I don't think you'll see that. Yeah, you can maybe can see there are some fingerprints, maybe. So yeah. Okay, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and that's done. Okay. this is not going to glue up any further. So this white mass, it's okay. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah. So this white mass on the side is just gonna stay there. I don't think that's gonna get drier than that because it's already on the inside. I'm not sure, but I applied my fingerprint test, and I see the fingerprint on it. Okay, let's go for it. Oh boy, oh boy. So this will be my forehand blade, rubber, sorry. I keep mixing that up. Applying pressure, not too much pressure. Okay. I think it looks fine. Maybe a bit on the sides. Okay. Sorry. So, protection layer, kitchen wrap, just a bit. It works fine. Okay, so now last step. Which is cutting it off. Should be easy. Okay, it's a bit off, but luckily we have enough spare rubber. So I'm just gonna start here. Okay, first pass. We need more, obviously. Let's see. No, it's not enough. One more pass. Okay, so this is starting to peel off. Okay, I can see. Okay, so okay, so this is done. Okay, a bit more here. Okay. Okay. So I think this is fine. So now cleaning the surface. Applying the slab. And a weight. I think this should do it. Oh my god. So almost 2 hours later, the process is done. Tomorrow we'll have the complete results and I will let you know how the ball bounces. Yeah, wish me luck. I hope I didn't mess it up. And let's see, let's talk tomorrow. Bye guys.